Hello. Can someone in the chat maybe just let me know if you can hear me? I did some testing yesterday, but I don't trust it. Oh. Okay, I guess I have a bit of a delay in the chat here. Shoot. Okay, good. You can hear. Okay, so I've got some of you posting your biggest struggles in the chat. What do I see here? Getting back in after big losses. Kimberly, if you want to talk about it more, I guess just loud and clear. Thank you. I guess just click that link to come on live and talk to me so I'm not kind of going back and forth with you in the chat here. Hi from Alabama. Nice. Sorry, guys. I have a bit of a delay between my chat. Hey, Lemming, you were here first. Hey, I know you have to leave in an hour. Georges, how's it going? Kimberly. Hey, Larry. Okay. Yes, Ra. I feel like you were in my live streams last time. I don't know if you're in the Discord or not, but your biggest problem is averaging down. I know since decades that this is bad. Yeah, I guess if you want to talk again, if you want to talk through your averaging down a little bit. Oh, shit, guys. I have my wrong screen up here. Sorry, I gotta find my. Oh, let's go to Trading View. Okay. Is my Trading View showing up here? Yep. Okay, good. That doesn't work on here. So obviously I'm not in a trade right now. I only trade the New York Open. Let's see how my chart's looking. So it looks like you can probably see my chart there. Yeah, this is Trading View. I don't trade on Trading View. I just use it because it has the fire lines indicator on it, and I like checking the charts throughout the day, but not actually being able to place trades outside my window. So that's why I'm on here right now. I actually contemplated, I thought, like, I don't normally ever trade this time of day unless things are really bad. But I contemplated maybe I should work out some sort of strategy for this time of day just so that I can have a trade on during the stream. But then I was like, I don't know. So if any of you have a good strategy for this time of day, let me know. And maybe I'll start placing trades during this on just like a cheap eval or something. I wouldn't do it on a main account. Okay, so we don't have anyone waiting to call in. So if any of you guys want to come on live and talk about what's going on in your trading, just click that clean feed link. I've got it. It should be pinned at the bottom of the chat there. So if you click on that, then I'll see you in there and I can add you. If you do click on that to come in and you're not wearing headphones, which is fine, just there's a drop down to say like I'm not wearing headphones. Just click that. Otherwise there's echoes and it's a real nightmare. Derek, hey, how's it going? I'm kind of curious to know how your trading's been going lately, so you could let me know. Okay, yeah, we talked about the averaging down a little bit. I don't want to talk through the chat too much just because it is delayed. Maybe I can, yeah, for some reason I can't get it over here. Like I can't get the real time chat. Shit. Okay, well, I'll just have to go off of the delayed. Shoot. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. Okay, guys, if you want to talk about your trading problems, then click the link and actually just come on and talk to me. Your face won't be in this. You can use whatever name you want within reason, I guess. But yeah, so your face won't be in it. It'll just be audio, and then we can just kind of have like a quick back and forth about what's going on in your trading. And then if the chat wants to offer you some advice or ask more questions about what's going on, then I think that could be really useful. Derek, it's going decent. Derek, just call in and tell me how it's going. So I'm not just reading the chat to everyone else. Because I am curious. I think it's been a few weeks since we talked, so I am curious to find out what's going on with you. Are you guys still trading right now? Are there people that trade this time of day, or is everyone pretty much done? Oh, nice. You got several 250K legacy accounts through my code. Am I crazy for trading them on a couple micros? No, but okay, it's a legacy account, so it's not going to expire in a month, right? Like it goes by the old Apex rules, so you just have like the $17 rebill at the end of the month. Then I would say no, go ahead and trade the couple micros because it's not going to expire on you, and whatever progress you can make in this month trading a few micros, then you can keep going with it. If it were one of the new Apex accounts where they're only good for a month, then I would say, yeah, it's probably crazy. I don't know. What's the target on the $250,000 accounts? I'm not sure. Okay, Derek's at the dentist, so he can't call in today. Okay, maybe next week. Mel's done. Oh, sorry. High Speed Trader's done trading for the day. Um, and things seem to be going pretty good for you lately. I see you're still following your rules, so that's really good. Um, okay, so Derek, because you're going to the dentist, I won't tell you to call in, but slow process, staying between the lines, but each day I aim not to break the rules. Derek, how many trades have you been taking on average per day since we talked last? I'm just curious. Okay, those Apex accounts, the $250,000 accounts, it's a $15,000 target. Okay. On a few micros, that's probably going to take you a while, but again, if it's not, um, yeah, if it's not like if you have more than a month, then and it's only $17 a month to keep it going, then I would say why not? Like try to actually trade it, as annoying as this is, try to actually trade it how you would trade the funded account with the position size that you would be using. And with a couple micros and the amount of drawdown that's going to come with that, at least you're going to get a lot of practice in trading on those accounts. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Fitco, sorry. I've been trading for 3 years now. I think it's impossible. Hey, if you want to come on and talk about it, then there is the link down below. You just have to click that, and I think just fill in your name. It'll work from a computer or a phone. So, Vitco? Sorry, guys, I need glasses maybe to see this. We're going to say Vitco. You can call in and correct me. But yeah, if you want to call in and talk about why you think it's impossible, what's been going on for you, what the last 3 years has looked like, you can do that. Again, it's audio only, so people are not going to see your face. I'll just bring you on. We'll chat about it. We'll see what the people in the chat have to say. And then, yeah, then we'll let you out of here. Okay, hey, Kristen's here. Maybe I'll call next week if I'm still blowing up. Maybe you won't still be blowing up. Yeah, I would like to talk about that a bit because I do know a fair bit about your situation. Yeah, so I would like to talk about that with you. Whether you are or not, next week, call in. I do want to talk about it. Larry, after 2 weeks off, I'm following my rules and criteria, and this week has been great so far. That's awesome, Larry. Okay, I don't exactly remember if the 2 weeks off were 2 weeks off for vacation or if it was 2 weeks off because you kind of went off course with your trading and decided to give yourself a bit of a break. So maybe just let me know why. Okay, so UG is telling me that those $250,000 accounts, It's only $17 for the first month. I know that I should know about this because I am an affiliate with Apex. I'm currently trading an Apex account. But when they came out with those 250K accounts for $17, like the legacy accounts, I got the email. I looked at it. I thought, because like obviously they want you to share it with people. So I thought about putting it in Discord, but I kind of felt like it might promote gambling, like anytime. Yeah, that's just what I thought. So I didn't push it. I was just like, if people find it and they want to use it, then they can find it and use it. But I was like, I'm not gonna push this because yeah, because I looked at it and I thought, ooh, a $250,000 account. And I started thinking about it for myself, and I started thinking about what position size I would trade with it. And then I was just like, this isn't going to be good for my trading overall or long term. So I didn't buy any, and I didn't really tell other people to buy them. But I'll be curious to see how they go for other people. So let me know. Um, Any news from that guy? Yeah, that guy. Any news from that guy last week that kept trading from his phone at work? That's Derek. He's in here, but he has a dentist appointment right away. I asked him how many trades he's been taking daily since we talked last time, because it's been a few weeks now. Um, and he has yet to answer. And he can't come on a call because, yeah, he has an appointment. So if any of you guys want to come on a call and talk about your trading, it's very easy. You could just click that link that's pinned there for Clean Feed. It works from phone or computer. So it's audio only, so you just call in and talk to me, and people won't see you. Okay, Larry took 2 weeks off for bad trading. Okay. That's pretty smart. Larry, if you want to come on and talk about it, you can come on and talk about it, because I would be interested to ask you a little bit more about it. Um, all right, someone says Apex is scammers. Yeah, some people really don't like Apex. Apex was the first prop firm that I traded with, and then I switched to Top Step. And shortly after switching to Top Step, I got a payout, and I felt like, oh, this prop firm, like they really care about the traders, and it's just a way better experience. And then in hindsight, I went and I looked at, like a year or two later, how much I spent with each prop firm, and I actually spent more money with Top Step than I did with Apex. So my early experience with Apex, I think, was just down to me being a shitty trader and basically at the time really a gambling addict. Like they would have a 90% off sale, and I would just go completely crazy, and I'd spend a ton of money, and I'd reinforce really bad habits. So was that Apex's fault for having a 90% off sale, or was that my fault for not being able to control myself when they would have those sales? I trade Apex now, and I don't trade in the same way at all. But I do see how the mentality can come back in of like, oh, this is just a cheap account. Who cares if I blow it? So I don't know. Some people really like Apex. Some people have had bad experiences. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. If you like Apex and you want to use them, then use my code. Okay, so we've got Mel in here. So I'm going to bring Mel on. Hopefully this call-in thing works. I've been super stressed about the tech issues. Hey, Terry. I'm excited Terry's here. I forgot that you were back from your trip. So that's exciting. Okay. Derek, hand trades too much still. And you're trading, pre-market trading is still an issue. So I guess you did not put software on to lock yourself out. I'm just going to bring Mel in here quick. And when I'm talking to him, if you guys have any questions for him, just put it in the chat and I'll try to keep an eye on that as well. Okay, so I think I just click this. Okay, Mel, can you hear me? Hello? Mel, are you there? Oh no, this calling thing's not gonna work. Mel, are you there? Do any of you guys hear Mel? Wouldn't that be terrible if it's only only you guys can hear him, but then I can't? Mel, if you hear me at all, try to say something. I've added you in. But okay, so for now, let's see. Oh, Vico, I'm shy. Vico, you're not even on camera, so nobody sees you. Oh, high speed. Okay, so Mel can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay, so nobody can hear Mel. Uh, Mel, did you do it from your phone? Responding, but nothing. I can't see anything in your settings, like on my end. Mel, there are some settings in here. So I don't know if you click the little gear icon. You're on a computer and you have headphones. Did you click that you're using headphones? Oh. Hey, Mel, I'm just going to give you another second here. Oh, from the cases, I learned to trade inside the yellow fire line zone using where the 15-minute and the 1 hour line up. Okay. Yeah, I didn't really trade much today because of this. Hey, Mel, I'm just going to close you out and then try to come back, okay? Oh, it says you know what? No, Mel, it says you're muted. Okay, Mel, it's saying you're muted. So maybe that's a thing in your settings. I'm just expecting that you're going to start talking right away and I'm going to hear you. Yeah. So do you want me to close you out and then you can try again? Okay, so I'm going to close you out and you can try again. Okay, sorry guys, I'm reading and I forget that I'm on live and shouldn't read in my head. Hey Orlando, I'm glad you can make it. You've been doing really well lately, so congrats on that. Um, hey, Vico, you can't just keep saying trading is impossible. If you want to say trading is impossible, then you can come on and talk to me and tell us all why you think trading is impossible and what you're going to do. Are you going to quit? Because if it's impossible, then you should probably quit. Also, how much money have you spent on it up to this point? And if you think it's impossible, yeah, why are you still doing it? Why are you still in it? Okay. Dickie says, after blowing eval after eval, buying one eval per paycheck has helped me a lot. Yes. I stuck to that rule so that I take better trades. It actually hurt having to wait 2 full weeks to trade again. Yeah. I think that, yeah, it doesn't matter which prop firm you're trading with. I think with Apex, it is easier to just like blow evals and reset because they are a lot cheaper. Like it probably hurts more if you're buying like $100 eval to blow it and reset versus a $20 eval. But I think whichever prop firm you're using, you have to limit yourself. So you have to have a limit of how many accounts you're going to allow yourself to buy and when you're going to allow yourself to buy them. So I think that's huge. So thanks for pointing that out. Okay, let's try Mel again. We will see. And if it doesn't work with Mel, then we will try someone else here. Mel, are you on? Do you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, I can. Yeah. You're a little bit quiet. So sorry. Tyler was supposed to be here to help me with the tech stuff, but he had to go to town. On your settings, there should be a volume one that you can increase the decibels on it.
Um,
I don't know if it's a little.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if you click the gear, then there's a little drop down that says 0.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you,
yeah. Okay.
yeah. So if you click on that, then just go to like 2 or plus 3 decibels.
How's that?
That's great. Okay, I can hear you. Perfect. Okay, what's
Okay.
going on?
Oh, well, not much. I just, I'm following my rules really good. But the thing
Good.
that I'm finding now is that, uh, and I posted this morning that I didn't have any trades, but I've had like 6 losses in a row now. That's not true. Five
Okay.
losses. and I'm kind of, and I know I'm not supposed to be focused on outcome, which
Right.
that's a hard nut to crack. Uh, but I'm going to tighten my entry rules a little bit. But I'm
Okay.
just really, I mean, so many times over the last 3 days, I was so close to breaking my rules again.
Yeah. Just because the outcome and getting frustrated with the losses, five is a lot.
Yeah, and they were full losses. I risked 200 on every trade, so two losses in one day, that's $400. And
Yeah.
I mean, I can still recover, but and I don't. A lot of people would say, well, maybe you don't have a good strategy. I'm fully confident in my strategy.
Okay.
It's just based on the success I've already had and success that some of the other traders have had using the same strategy. So I'm just kind of I'm feeling a little stuck right now, and I'm not going to break my rules, but that's kind of where I'm at.
So are you just kind of tweaking your strategy on your entry criteria? Is that kind of what's
Yeah, and it's probably part of this is probably the fact that I broke my rules for so long that I've developed some bad habits, and I think maybe some of those bad habits are still showing up, and I just need to weed those out a little bit uh, to be able to get profitable again.
yeah. Are you going off plan at all? Like are you in the five
No,
losses, has it all been like setups that afterwards you look at and you're like, yes, that was a good setup. I should have taken that trade, or is it like, maybe I rushed into something?
well, most of them I look at, and I think they're more of a pattern trade. They
Okay.
they fit the pattern, but I wasn't really looking at kind of the narrative behind that, and uh, and that's why I've kind of changed my. I'm going to get a little stricter on my entry, and not that will loosen that'll probably give me less trades. But there for a while, I was only doing 5 minute trades, and I've changed that. I'm back to doing any time frame.
Okay.
Uh, but it's with that comes the management too, because I had one yesterday where it gave me a trade in the 2 minute, but it did not give me a trade in the 3 minute, and that's one of the things you got to watch, especially when it's choppy.
Okay.
And so, it's I just didn't catch it, and I think that is one I probably could have done better. I mean, like today, there was a trade that I almost wanted to take it, and I didn't take it because it's like somebody said something the other day to me, and they said, if you're not certain whether you should take it or not, you probably shouldn't take it. And so I had one of those trades today, and it just would have made bank. So
And
it's
it was like, sorry, the one today was like it was one where you're like just not sure if you should take it.
well, it didn't quite reach that level of confluence that I was looking for my model, because I'm looking for at least two other confluences before I take a trade now.
Okay.
So and it didn't give me all that. It was a good trade, but I think maybe that's just one of those things where you're not. It's you know uh, trying not to be outcome focused, but
Right.
looking at it going, gosh, if I would have taken that trade, I would have had a winning trade.
Yeah.
But at the same time, realizing I am going to miss trades. I can't take every trade.
At what point though will you like if you continue taking your trades as planned and then they continue losing and you pass up on other ones that win, like at what point are you going to be like, okay, the strategy needs revisiting?
Well, that's one of my dilemmas, because when we first talked, if you remember, I was really bad at starting to look at other
Yeah.
strategies, and I would follow streamers, and kind of, oh, I need to tweak this or tweak that. But probably for the last probably 6 weeks I've been looking at volume profile and wanting to really start trading with volume profile,
Okay.
which I believe is can be really good. But it's like now I'm kind of at that point. Like, am I just chasing another strategy? And uh, I guess it's I've had this strategy for so long, it's hard to walk away from it.
Right. And then if you do walk away from it, you're going to keep seeing it. And then when you see it and you're not taking it, it's just going to win every time.
I know.
So just be warned that that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't. And the other thing is too is it's I'm going on almost 6 years now, and it's like okay, if I if I if I start learning another strategy, how long before that begins to be profitable?
I
It's
mean,
just
I don't know. It might not take, right? Like it just depends. It might not take that long. You might get something where you pick it up right away, it makes sense to you, and and if you're following the plan and you're not going off plan, then you likely won't have a whole bunch of months of blowing accounts, right?
yeah, yeah.
Are you just trading one account right now, or
I only have one account.
okay?
That's
Okay,
all
good,
I have.
good. Yeah, because you're still figuring it out, so there's no point
Right.
figuring it out on 20
Yeah.
accounts.
I've already decided I won't buy any other accounts until I see in my consistency come up,
Right.
or I end up blowing an account and I have to have another one just
Yeah,
to trade.
you're just buying one more. Okay, so for you
I'm
right now, the
yeah.
struggle is just not breaking the rules when you keep losing.
Yeah, I mean for the most part, you know, I'm pretty certain I'm just not going to break rules. The
Yeah.
temptation is there, and it's just the frustration level is going up, and I constantly have to remind myself uh, I'm looking at the process, not the outcome. But
Right.
it seems like the longer I go down this road, it's like this is, and I guess I don't know. I mean, I know, listening to you, listening to other traders on here, listening to my wife, I'm doing the right thing, but it doesn't always feel like it.
Yeah, because when you do go off plan and you do break your rules, you can have those days where it works out and you have a huge day. And if
Yeah.
you're like, if things are going slow right now and you're following the plan and you're in a losing streak, nothing's happening, right? Like
Right.
there's no quick way out of that. Like you just have to kind of put up with it, see what happens, and then if you need to make adjustments later, then you make your adjustments.
Yeah, and I'm sure patience is a part of that too. Because again, I can be super impatient.
I think you're being very patient. I think for the last few months you've been very patient. You've been doing really good at following the rules. Like it's yeah, I think like you've been very good on patience lately. It's just yeah, you want to see it working.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
And anybody
Yeah.
would. So okay, so what's the plan then for you?
Well, like I say, I'm changing my entry a little bit. I'm kind of this week. I'm kind of in limbo because I know I need to change. But for now, I'm gonna keep trading my old system. And but that being said, I'm not gonna be watching because I was watching volume profile and trading my plan, and I just realized that's just way too much stuff on the charts, and I don't know this. And so for now, I'm just going to stick to my model, but continue to pursue volume profile after market.
Okay.
And probably, I mean, there's a couple guys that are really good at it that stream, and I can watch their streams after the fact.
Okay, as long
Um,
as it's after the fact.
it is, it is. He was live today, and I was so close to clicking that button to watch him live. But I mean, I already see the benefit of not watching streamers.
Yeah. Okay.
So
All right. Good. Well, stick with it. Let me know if like if you do decide to switch strategies for a while. Would you consider just like being like, okay, for 1 month, I'm going to trade volume?
uh, uh, possibly, I guess my concern there is it just comes back to my confidence. I have confidence in my system that I have
Okay.
now, but yet it's not proving itself. So if I were to go to volume profile, it's like, okay, now I'm learning this all over again. Am I going to have that confidence that I need to be able to make it work? Because even with volume profile, there's so many different ways you can trade it,
Yes.
and so it's like, um, I don't know. Maybe I'll just start looking at ways how I can use volume profile to help me with my current strategy.
Maybe, but like
So
if you're confident in your current strategy, then don't abandon it because lack of confidence is such a huge issue for a lot of us. So if you like the strategy, you're confident in it, then I think keep working with that one and see if you can't find a version of it that works better than what it currently is. Unless the conditions are just bad for it right now. Like
well,
maybe in a couple weeks it's going to start doing great.
I know yesterday I took two losing trades, and I kind of can go back and look at why I took them. But one of the people that I follow that trade the same system said he didn't even trade yesterday, and I was looking at it going, yeah, it probably wasn't ideal for trading, and that comes back to uh, probably forcing a trade a little bit because I felt like I needed to trade.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it sucks not taking trades, right? Like
It
we come in the morning and we want to take a trade.
yeah.
So okay, I think if you're confident in the strategy, keep working on it and try to figure out a way that you can make it work. But what's your time limit on it? I think set some kind of limit on it where it's like if it's just basically losing for this long, then you're going to look into volume profile more.
I think that's a good idea. Maybe I'll just start a 20 trade challenge
Yes. Okay.
with that and uh, kind of track it and see if I can start seeing some consistency.
Okay, good. I like that.
Okay.
Okay, and then if it's at the end of that, if you're like this just doesn't work, fine, switch to volume. There's also people in the Discord who trade volume. You can ask them for tips. I think in the volume channel, actually, um, Terry put some really good stuff in there.
Okay.
So if at that time you do decide to switch, then yeah, check that out.
I will.
And then
Yeah.
there's that volume price analysis book, VPA or whatever.
Uh huh.
I don't know if you saw that in there. I can send it to
Yeah.
you.
Okay. I'm. Is it on the in the channel?
I don't know. It's somewhere. Maybe I'll put it in the channel
I
after.
No, I got it. I see it. I'm
Okay,
on it.
perfect.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to let you go and start your
Okay.
20 trade challenge. We'll see how it goes. And then you might need to pivot strategies. But your discipline's been amazing. So I think that's
Oh,
the
thank
harder
you.
thing. So good job on
Okay.
that. Just don't lose it and start blowing your rules. Now you have a plan, 20 more trades. If it sucks after the 20 trades, then you can not strategy
Yep.
hop, but pivot to something different.
That's a good plan.
Okay, awesome. I look forward to seeing how it goes.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay, bye. All right, we're gonna exit mail there. Okay, so it's so bizarre having some other sound here and then all the sound completely goes away. It makes it feel like like I'm like, oh, the stream's over. It's not. Okay, I'm gonna bring Sharon in here. Um, so Mel, people might have some tips for you in the chat, so go through and check that out. All right, I am going to bring Sharon on. Oh, Sharon, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can
Oh, just turn off your YouTube.
okay, I'm getting okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. But you know what? I'm getting feedback from the yep. But then I can't see you. Okay. Now can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting an echo though. Do you have it?
Oh, you know what? I don't know if these headphones are any good cuz my sound's actually coming
You could just
through.
probably just take the headphones out, and then on the little setting, click the
Okay,
gear.
let me do that. Let's see. Just just put what should I put under headphones?
Just say no headphones, and then don't use headphones.
It doesn't.
Okay,
It says
something.
use browser settings, use
Yeah, this
system
is fine.
default.
Sharon, that's
How
good
about
now.
that?
Yeah, that's good.
Nope.
You can't hear
Um,
me? Shit. Sharon, I can
how
hear
about
you.
now?
I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Uh oh.
How about
Sharon,
now?
I can hear you the whole time. Unfortunately,
I
there's.
am getting my settings wrong, I guess.
Okay, Sharon, I'm gonna come back
Oh,
to. Oh,
okay. I found no headphones. Is that
can.
working?
I can hear you the whole time.
Hmm.
She can't hear me. Okay, sorry, guys.
Um, working?
Uh,
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, Sharon, I'm gonna go to somebody else
Okay.
and you come back, okay? Can you hear me? Yeah, I know you guys can
Can you
hear
hear
me.
me?
I can hear you, Sharon.
Okay.
Can you guys hear Sharon?
Alright.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
just close this out for. Whoops. Oh shit, Drew, I accidentally closed yours out at the same time. Drew, can you come back, please? Sorry, guys. I'm not anticipating there to be audio issues on every single one. Okay, while we're waiting for Drew to come back, I'm gonna bring on Frank. And then, Drew, I'd like for you to come back. Um, okay, Frank, you're on, but it says you've muted yourself.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, yeah, I was muted. I was afraid you might hear me while I was waiting. That's why I was muted.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I can't, and for anybody else that's waiting, I can't hear you while you're waiting. I don't hear you until I click a certain button, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, great, great. Um,
Okay, what's going on?
so, I am a member of your Discord, of course,
Yeah.
CLPUP7, that's me. Um, yeah, right now, I've been trading for about 4 years.
Okay.
Um, First year, I was absolutely clueless, uh, lost a obscene amount of money.
How much? How
Se-
much is an obscene amount of money?
Altogether, I'd say the first 3 years together, if I had to guess, I probably lost about $50,000.
Okay, that's not terrible, but yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Which at the time wasn't horrible because I had a really good job at the time. Um, and I actually could have absorbed the hit, although oddly enough, right when I went in that downward spiral trading, I ended up having a health emergency, ended up basically getting heart failure.
Yeah.
And so the job I had, I couldn't do when I was in poor health. I was working in nuclear power at the time. And it was a lot of travel, a lot of stress. So that job went away. So, but I got myself healthy and I slowly started um, focusing on learning. Year four this year, I'm actually green on the year.
Nice. Good job.
Yes, thank you. I passed my first funded eval on Top Step towards the end of last year,
Good.
and I scored two payouts. I did pretty
Nice.
well. And then I ran into trouble, and then I started blowing the accounts. Basically, what happened to me was a combination of things. First, big mistake was I had a pretty good plan for recuperating from losses. But what I
Okay.
did not have was a plan to recuperate from wins.
Okay. That's
And
less
sorry, go ahead.
common. I think maybe less common, but maybe not because. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so basically what had happened was I got overly confident, I got overly excited, I started leveraging up, and also I made the mistake of thinking that my strategy was complete.
Okay.
But what I didn't realize was my strategy at the time worked very well in a trending market, but it was horrible for a mean reversion market or a sideways market. And so I was getting chopped up. Now, the second thing that happened, and this is actually far more important, was I didn't know this at the time, but over this spring, um, I was diagnosed with complex PTSD.
Okay.
And um, I don't know how familiar you are with it, but it's
Only what I've seen in
probably,
movies, probably.
yeah, it's one of those things where basically your nervous system gets stuck in survival mode, and it doesn't differentiate between the past and the present,
Okay.
and you're basically using the present moment as a placeholder for reliving trauma, unresolved trauma from your past.
Okay.
And basically, the market, as we all know, can be a mirror. And I was basically reliving certain traumatic experiences through my trading. Um, and I actually found out quite by accident. One of the things that I do, we should probably talk about this one day, is I'm what's called a recovery artist. I work at a drug rehab called
Oh, we
Recovery
should talk about
Oncology.
that.
Yeah. So I do music and literary um, creative content there, music therapy, short stories, things like that, affirmations and all. And my boss actually asked me to write a song about PTSD because he is a retired police officer. And so I started reading a really good book on the subject. And halfway through the book, I'm like, wow, this is hitting way too close to home.
Yeah.
And so I went to my doctor and told him, hey, I was reading this book about PTSD, and I have reason to believe that I have this, and I might be explaining a lot of things about me. And my doctor, he has a pet peeve about patients diagnosing themselves.
Right. Fair.
And so he was, he was a little taken aback, and he was like real cynical about it. He's like, well, what makes you think you have it? Like, what in your background makes you think you have it? And so I started rolling off some things, and he gets up, darts out of the room, and then comes back with four more doctors. And this one lady there was a psychiatrist, and she says, hey, your doctor told us what you said. And so I'm going to ask you a question. I need you to be honest with me. If we let you go home, are you going to hurt yourself? And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up here. Let's pause the bus. Let's cool the jets here. No, I'm not, suicidal or anything. I just, have some things in my past that, I could use some help with. And I think it's affecting, my life.
Hmm.
And so they wanted to put me on a medication. And I said, absolutely not. Um, because I had wrongly been put on antidepressants before when the actual issue was sleep apnea.
Okay.
And that's a whole other rabbit hole we could talk about some other time. But so I ended up hooking up with an amazing therapist, absolutely amazing. She's a wonderful, brilliant woman. And oddly enough, when I told her about the trading in the prop firms, she actually told me not to stop trading. Um,
But
and
because was it
she,
like working through the PTSD with the trading?
yes,
Okay.
she said that my risk management sounded reasonable. She liked the idea of how the prop firms worked. And also, I am green on the year. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So I'm still up probably a couple $1,000 this year. So, so she was fine with that. And every therapy session, we discuss my trading. It's one of the main things that we discuss. And so, um, and it's been really helpful. Now, right now, I haven't been
Yeah.
trading. Like if you've seen my check-ins
Yeah. Yeah.
lately, I'm
Yeah.
just tape.
Sim trading mostly, right?
Well, yeah, I was sim trading, but right now I'm just tape reading.
Okay.
I'm um I'm tape reading and journaling.
Oh,
and it's going great. Like I could have had like an 8 hour trade today if I would have traded, but I'm still waiting. And the reason why I'm waiting
yeah,
is the last couple times I tried to do evals, I think the main thing that was happening was I wasn't um, fully committing to my wellness program part of my
right.
strategy. Because I have certain rules about how much sleep I get, diet, exercise, meditation, and all those things.
That's good.
And what was happening, I saw was is that with the PTSD, you get into this survival mode, and it's almost like your flesh takes over, your body takes over, and it's like, you know what? You sit this out. I'll take care of this. I'll save you. And there were times I would literally be there in the morning doing my morning analysis, um, and I would see a little blip on the screen, and I would just jump in. And it was almost like by the time I realized what was happening, I had already hit max loss on the day.
Right.
It was almost like it wasn't me. It was almost like I was like blanking out for a second. The trade was happening, and then I'm sitting there like, what the hell just happened?
Are you
Um,
quicker at recognizing that now? Like when that survival takes over, like now do you recognize it faster that you know more of what's going on?
well, yes, but I haven't really done any meaningful trading
Okay.
since I've been aware of it.
When do you think you will go back into an eval or a personal account?
Right now, I'm considering going back within the next week or two. It's almost weird. Like, a lot of people, it kills them to watch the charts and not trade.
Mhm.
Um, right now, it almost to me, it's like the opposite. I'm actually feeling kind of at peace with just learning and watching, and part of me almost like is like, I feel like, um, you know, I feel like a seal pup on the side of the beach just chilling out, knowing there's sharks in the water, and it's like, well, maybe I should just chill out here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But that's probably just as big a problem as wanting to jump in too soon, because at some point, if you never trade, you're not a trader.
I mean, if you don't care about ever making money from trading, then I guess you don't, right? Like, then it would be fine to just sim trade forever. But like, if
Well,
you,
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, no, go on.
Oh, believe me, I want to make money trading. Um, I have every intention of getting back in. It's just a question of at what point am I going to give myself permission to fail?
Yeah.
Um, and that's probably my other issue is I um, like being a musician. Um, the rule I tell people when they first start playing an instrument, you have to give yourself permission to suck.
Hmm.
It's the only way you can ever get good at it. And I'm still someone who I think hasn't given themselves permission to have a bad day trading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I almost feel like there's a stigma to being an unprofitable trader. And I know that's an unfair thing to say,
There is
but
for sure. I think it maybe not like from other people, but definitely from ourselves on ourselves. There is a stigma for sure.
yeah. And that's something I still need to work through. And I need to better internalize that losing trades are just data.
Yeah.
They're not a judgment against you as a person or a judgment about your strategy or anything like that. And also, I've been your Discord group and your chats are great, very supportive people, but I've been on some other ones where it's very judgmental and there's always some snarky person that wants to roast you. And so I think part of me still is like, just I don't want to have that scarlet letter on my chest
Yeah.
for a bad day.
Okay, so when are you going to start trading an eval? Like, do you have a date in mind, or is it like how do you
Uh,
decide to
uh
get back into trading?
well, I need to make sure that I'm following my wellness plan
Yep.
and those rules. So that would probably take me Really just a couple days. It's just, I can't go 3 days without a gym visit. I got to get at least 6 hours of sleep. I got to go for a morning walk, stuff like that.
Yep.
And then it's just really a matter of um, buying the next eval. I mean, I would guess the soonest I would do it would probably be early next week.
Okay. Do you want to aim to start next week? And then maybe just have like a strict rule on it that if you go in and you go crazy and you blow the eval, you can't buy another one for a month or whatever. Just so you don't get into that cycle of not caring about the evals, I guess, and like just going through them really quickly.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty good about not jumping right into an eval. My
Okay.
last eval was, I believe, late April.
Okay. So it's been a while.
Yeah, yeah, I've been pretty at peace with sitting out and just focusing on learning, and I'm glad I did because the
Yeah.
upgrades I made to my strategy, I think, have been really dramatic. So,
I think a lot of us would probably benefit from doing what you did. It's so hard. It's hard for a lot of us to even just take like a day or two off from trading. You know, like trading where there's the possibility of making money from it. Um, but I think it was probably really smart to take like 2 to 3 months to just focus on the strategy and just focus on execution and sim. So I think it
well,
was a good thing to do.
oh, thank you, thank you. Well, I think one advantage I have there is because I have a background in nuclear power. I've been on a lot of big projects where if there is an issue, they shut things down,
Yes.
and you have these stand downs and investigations, and so, and I actually model a lot of my trading practices around that. Like I actually write procedures, and I actually have things that I do that's very reminiscent. As a matter of fact, I actually call my whole system. It's called Third Eye Nuclear Trading for that reason. Um, it's just a name I came up for myself. But it only does but so much in my case because no matter you can have the best strategy in the world, the best journaling, the best everything. PTSD, the flashbacks, the freeze response, the triggering, those things are involuntary. So um, it's kind of like getting pulled into a black hole. Light can't escape it. When you get yourself into survival mode, it's involuntary, and it's like you almost have to wait for a window of opportunity to escape from it. And that's probably a lot of people. I would be willing to bet that tilt. I don't think you have to have PTSD to tilt,
Hmm.
but if you do, um, tilting is really one of those things where it's just going to happen and you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're just not in control. And it's almost like you have to weather that storm before you can start to, rebuild yourself. And it could just be a few seconds, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I
Does Sorry, does the trading trigger the PTSD or
um for the most part, the PTSD I find triggers by poor lifestyle choices, like
okay.
not getting enough sleep.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Good. So then your
yeah,
priority really is staying on your wellness plan.
yeah. At this point, I think that's the biggest thing.
I think always,
Um,
it's always going to be good for you to go for a walk in the morning and to get enough sleep and to go to the gym. So, like, whether you have PTSD or not, like, I think that's always a good plan that's what you have to do.
oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And another big one is um, sleep is the number one issue every time I have a red day.
Okay.
I think I've only had one or two green days where I had less than 6 hours of sleep. Um, and pretty much every red trade I've had, I had not enough sleep. The other big one is time management. Um,
Right.
Most of my red days, I didn't give myself my rule is to start my analysis no later than 7:30, and then trade close to or shortly after the opening bell. That's when my system works the best. But days where I would get a late start or try and force it, or maybe originally I was just going to tape read and then it's like 9:15 and I think I see something and I didn't actually
Yeah.
check all the boxes on my checklist. I try and jump in, and sure enough, my bias was off, and I max lost. Um, so that's another big one as well. And then the third big one on the three-headed monster is overstimulation. Um, I um, I'm better now, but I had a big problem with whether it's energy drinks or pre-workout
Right.
powders or coffee. I would get way too caffeinated, way too stimulated, and it literally shuts down the part of the brain you need to make good decisions.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I think this
um,
is good. You know all the conditions that are like, if these aren't met, don't trade. So, and you now you've put in the work on your strategy and the back testing. So, I yeah, I'm excited to see you start trading your eval next week. Like, I think you're in a really good position to start trading again.
yeah, I think you're right, and at some point it needs to happen.
Yeah,
And I think next week I could. I mean, I would just need to, get. It's been a few days since I've been in the gym, but that's easy enough. As a matter of fact, I
yeah.
can just do that today. But yeah, if the wellness is straight going into Monday, um, I think it would be worth a shot.
Okay, yeah, and just trade small, right? Like, you don't need to
Yeah,
put on huge size and go in, right? Like, just trade small, and I think you'll be fine.
yeah. I my rule there, and I'd welcome your feedback on this, is that my rule right now is I should be able to survive at least 5 max loss days in a row before blowing the account. So, and I allow myself 2 trades per day, and I only trade 3 days per week. So the idea would be, say, if I did a $50,000 eval, I would allow myself to lose, I think it's like $400 per day, $200 per trade.
I think that's fine. You could cut that in half, but it does get to a point, though, in the evals when between where people, it just like, if it's taking way too long, then they just get too frustrated and impatient with the process. So if you're in a funded account, then I would say cut that in half. In the eval, keep it what you have.
Yeah, well, this would be a eval, and I agree with you because I have found that when my share size is too small, I would get frustrated, and it would trigger the FOMO, and
Yeah.
then it would end up having the opposite effect. And while we're on the subject of FOMO, this is definitely something I was
Ugh.
hoping to talk to you about.
FOMO.
Well, this is something I talked to my therapist about,
Okay.
is that my FOMO is usually triggered when I get left behind in a trade. Like, say, like if I have the perfect setup, I set my limit entry, and price misses it by like 2 ticks or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I end up missing out on like a 5R a win. Um, I then I would get mad, and then I would chase and leverage up and blow accounts. But one thing I did with my therapist was, can you find a memory that's tied to the emotion, like something that actually happened in my past? And um, we were actually able to pinpoint um, a couple of, like, one or two specific events from my past that are tied to that emotion of FOMO, because um, emotions are your body's, well, two definitions I've heard for emotions. One is emotions are the body's way of remembering, and the other is emotions are your body's way of assigning value to experience.
Hmm.
And so there are actual events that I had in the past that were real low points, that that's what I'm reliving when I'm experiencing FOMO. And whether it's chasing price or chasing something else, um, um, you're reliving it through the charts.
Okay, I guess that's probably like an interesting exercise for the rest of us to try to think like where the FOMO actually originates from. Because
Oh
like
yeah,
I thought about it, I'm like, I have no clue. Like I can't think of, but I'm sure if I put enough thought into it.
right. Yeah, well, it's and it might not even be something that you necessarily felt a strong emotion about at the time, because this is another thing that's insidious about PTSD is that it's not a mental problem. It is a nervous condition. It's a
Right.
nervous system problem. Basically, what it is, your nervous system adapts to prepare you for the next time you find yourself in a situation. But because your survival instinct operates at a lower level of awareness and consciousness as like your logical reasoning, it doesn't understand the difference between the present moment and the past, and it's working in a much more abstract way. So you think you're trading, your
Right.
body thinks you're being chased by a lion.
Yeah, I guess like how do we work through that? Like I think like the awareness is a big part of it. Like I for myself now a lot of the times like if I'll take my trade, it wins or whatever, and then I'll sit there watching the charts still, and it's like my rule is one trade. So I shouldn't still be sitting there watching the charts, but I'll sit there watching the charts and I want to take another trade. I'm thinking like, "Oh, this looks good. I could take another trade." But I think it really helps me to actually say to myself, I think this is like the addictive aspect of trading. I think this is you just wanting the excitement, wanting another dopamine hit, and you need to just shut it down because it's gambling. You want to gamble. So I think the awareness really helps. Like just knowing this is what my brain is actually doing, or this is what's probably going on behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, chasing dopamine, over trading, even watching the charts, even if you're not trading, can
Yeah.
be a form of negative spiraling. Um, and yeah, that's one I probably don't do enough and ask myself is, okay, well, I'm chasing dopamine. I mean, what is there something healthier I can be doing instead of staring at charts for 8, 9 hours?
Right. It
You
seems
know,
so crazy,
um,
like such a waste of time sometimes too, right? Like,
yeah, yeah, oh, definitely. Because I mean, like with my system, the overnight is just setting the stage for the trade that I'm waiting for. So there's literally no reason for me to be watching the charts
right.
overnight. There's no reason whatsoever. Yet and I'm still in love with the idea of being the guy that can just log in, look at the charts for 10 minutes and quick,
Yeah.
grab like 50 handles. You know what I mean? And that's just pure ego. You know what I mean? That's just me wanting to be Joe Cool.
Yeah. I think we all
And
just want to be naturally good at it, right? And not have to like
right.
have any rules or work at it or anything. Like, I don't know if anybody actually is just naturally good at it though. Like, I think we all have to work at it.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you figure if you went to work at a big Wall Street firm as a trader, you probably went to school for a few years. I think it was someone in if not your group, another one that actually posted once that said that they talked to a professional trader and they said like the first like year they worked at the firm, they weren't even allowed to talk.
I remember seeing this. Yeah. I don't remember who, but yeah, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and another thing too, I have an account at Charles Schwab. At the time, it was TD Ameritrade, but they're really good about letting you call in and talk to their traders if they're not too busy.
Hmm.
And I talked to a guy once, and this is huge. I think he is only allowed to trade one ticker and one ticker only. He traded SPX, which is the S&P, and that's the
Mhm.
only ticker he's allowed to trade at work. And I think I that's why I only trade NQ. I won't even
Mhm.
consider trading anything else. And the reason why he said was is you have to become intimately involved with that ticker and know what makes it move, what gives you your confluence, what gives you your inverse signals, what news stories matter, and that's how you get good at trading something.
Yeah.
And I a lot of times see people, they jump from gold and they jump to oil and they jump to whatever, and hey, if they're
I
making
don't know
money,
how they do it. Like I'm personally like I can only watch the one thing. So I don't know. For me
yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah,
work, but yeah, some people do
exactly,
it. Okay, I
exactly.
want to hear, can you come back next week and tell me how it goes when you go in an eval?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
Just
can do
come
that.
back and give me like a quick update on how it went with the trading. I'll see you in the Discord anyway, so I'll have an idea, but
Okay, good. And if you ever want to go in more detail about anything that we discussed, we could
yeah,
always schedule something off, to the
for
side or
sure.
whatever.
Yeah,
Great.
perfect. Okay, good. I'm going to get Drew in here. Okay, I'm excited for you to go back to evals. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Okay, I'm not going to check the chat because Drew's been waiting for a while, so I'm going to bring him in here. Okay, Drew, can you hear me? No. Drew.
Hi, I'm
Hey,
here.
how's it going?
Good.
Okay, what is going on in your trading? What's your biggest problem lately?
Well, it seems that I have 3 or 4 good days and I'm hitting my daily goals. And then days like yesterday, I was a loser and it was a managed loss. It was I stay within my risk parameters and lost. But today, I don't know. It's something turned against me and I went deeper and averaged down. And then the ball is going to come back up. I had my lines drawn above where I was. It had the potential to go up 20, 30, 40%, and kept going down and down. And instead of bailing out at where I should have, I held it, said, well, I'll just wait till it hits the next EMA line or whatever.
Hmm.
And I finally bailed out. It wasn't a horrible loss today. Like last Wednesday, I had a very bad loss. Today was half of that. So, but still not good.
No.
So I'm not. I'm down for the month again, and I'm just trying to get to a point where actually I'm up for the month. July I'm up a little bit, but less than a fraction of a percent of my account. So I'm just not sure. And I was watching your last couple of videos, and I really appreciate all that you've given us and the Discord and everything else. But I was looking at the moving stop and can't walk away
Hmm.
on your two brains one trade white paper that you shared with everyone. And I don't bail on winners. I'm doing better. My winners are getting bigger, which is good.
Good. Yeah.
And I don't have a hesitation about getting in. And my early entry is definitely not a problem. Usually it's a late entry and then it turns
Okay.
against me and I don't bail. But I just don't know why I keep averaging down. And I know it's all mental. It's the technical's all there, but it's if when I follow my rules, say okay, it's down the stock. I'm a day trader, momentum trader, and it's down 2.5%. I should sell it no matter what, no matter where I'm at, no matter what's going to happen, and just get out. And when I don't do that, I start looking for reasons to stay in, and
Right.
that's my biggest problem. I'm not sure I need an intervention per se. I'm just
No,
practicing.
it's not a full scale intervention. Do you need to watch your trades?
Yep,
Sorry, you've got a bit of an echo. Do you have headphones? Do you have
I'm
the
on
is the
headphones.
oh
Yeah, I'm on headphones, but I don't have anything else on.
hmm. Okay. It
Um,
seems better now. Oh no, it's
okay.
back. Um
Well, okay. Let me try without the headphones and see if that helps.
and then yeah, click the thing, the little gear icon in
Yep.
there,
Mm-hmm.
and then just say like no headphones.
Oh, here, let me put.
Or I think it's on use browser setting.
Hold on, I didn't have it on my headset. There we go. Is that better?
Let me see.
Let me
I
check
still have
that.
an echo. It's okay.
All right, let me use the default system. And can you hear me still?
Yeah, yeah, it's not you. It's that's probably worse. That's definitely worse. Can you guys in the chat? Can you hear? Hey, Bryce is still in. Hawaii, hey. Um, do you guys hear the echo on me as well, or am I just hearing the echo? Because if it's just me hearing the echo, then it's fine.
So,
Yeah,
well,
okay, so
anyways,
do you have to watch your trades? Like, do they
yeah, because
require active management?
yes,
Okay,
my best trades are usually less than 2 minutes. When I
okay,
hold it over 2 minutes, I know I'm probably going to lose it. But sometimes my bigger winners have been over 2 minutes long. So
okay.
I'm not sure. It's just I have to get more. I don't want to even say disciplined. I just have to practice bailing out faster and
Is
accepting that a
there
small loss is okay for the day.
is there not a stop on your chart?
It's pre-market.
Oh, so you can't.
Yeah, and then I got to get to work, so I usually don't
Okay,
trade past 9 a.m. But sometimes I do okay after 9:30. But
okay,
even then, I don't use a stop.
okay. But we'll just go with pre-market that you cannot use a stop. That's why I don't understand that. Okay, you can't use a stop, so you have to manage your trades. But you, when you go in the trade, you have a mental stop, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm getting
How
better at putting in that, saying here's where I got to bail out, and I'm not following that if it goes quickly through it, and especially if it's just above a, you know, right above the EMA 5 or EMA 9. I'm like, well, it'll bounce and come back up. But a lot of times I'm getting in when, and I'm really practicing to get out or not get in when the if the MACD is negative. So that's another problem is trading the backside.
how often do you honor your mental stops? Like how often do you
It's
say to yourself, if it gets here, I'm out, and then you do exactly that?
I've been doing better since I joined the Discord about a month ago,
Okay,
month
good.
or two ago. Yeah, so it's improving. Um, it's just my green days are good, average. Some days I have really good days, but I have to improve my um, small loss days to a small percentage because
Right.
I know I'm going to have them, and I just got to accept that I need to take these days and accept that I'm going to break even or lose, half a percent of my account or three quarters of a percent of my account. My stop loss is 1% of my account is what I need to bail out at.
Okay.
And
So
today it ended up being 3%, so it wasn't great. Last week it was nearly 10%, and that's when I get stubborn and hang on to it and wait for it to come back
yes.
up. And I start throwing Fibonacci's on my chart and saying, "Oh, well, here it is at 50%."
Um. Okay. So how many trades are you taking in a day usually? Like in your
Um,
pre-market session?
I'm looking. It's between this. It's been between 5 and 10 trades a day, max.
Okay.
Because I usually try to trade. I'm in a cash account where I've
Right.
got a limited, number of trades. I try to trade between 5 and 10% of my account per trade. So keep them managed. So if it does turn against me, I can get out and the loss is small. I notice when I don't add on, that's usually the best thing, just to keep it at the one risk management.
Right.
Um, but even if you get a couple percent, 2 or 3% on a small risk, you get a all of them have to be good,
Right.
in order to hit your daily goal. But so it's risk management and a little bit of FOMO. But
Okay.
I'll keep working on it. And
Sorry. So
I'm
like on
disappointed. God,
trading is endless disappointment. I think it's just like learning to deal with that. So are all your really bad days a result of not taking the stop and then averaging down?
yes,
Okay. On your winning trades, do you usually add on to them or average down too?
my winning trades. I my big winning trades. I buy it as it's going up, but
Okay,
and
you
then
add
as
into the
I
winner.
yeah, and then I
Okay.
sell. So I'll what I'll do is I'll double up, and then I'll sell half immediately to take some profit. Now that'll move my price up, but my average up, my price of my where I'm in, and then I got to really manage that to make sure that doesn't turn against me and give back everything I just won. So um, it's tricky.
Is your adrenaline pretty high during these trades? Like, do you
I don't
feel?
I don't feel like I got adrenaline,
Okay.
and I, I read and watch tons of videos on emotions and how to manage all that, and I'm like, I don't feel emotion, but I'm zoned in. I'm just focused on
Hmm.
what this is doing. I don't feel like my heart's racing or whatever, but
Okay. But I think it's got to be emotion when you're adding on to your losers.
it absolutely is. I just don't recognize it at real time.
Right. Okay, so I think for you, probably a really good goal is just no adding to losers
Yeah,
ever. Like never. Like that's your one golden rule.
right. I
And
gotta
then
that
maybe,
follow that. Yeah,
and then maybe you should have a consequence for yourself if you do that.
right. That's
What?
hard to do. I've tried no trade. I took a week off punishing myself, and all that did was it gave me more FOMO.
You don't have to
But
take a whole week off, but I think there should be like if that's your main rule, then there
my
has to be
bet,
some consequence for not following it.
yeah, my best days is I hit my daily goal and I turn it off, even when I have
Yeah.
money left to trade. So that's the best. That's the optimal choice. And
Yeah, well,
last week was a good.
you have good days. Like obviously you can have your good days. You said like 3 or 4 usually in a row, and then the bad one comes. So I think just as long as we can minimize that bad day, then
Yeah, I got to reduce my I call them horrible days. So I break them down into a bunch of categories between 0 to 1.5 and 1.5 to 2.5 and 2.5 up to 5 and over 5% wins and losses. And I call, from good to good exit would be a loss, a small loss. A good win would be something that's small. A very good win would be above my goal. And then it goes into bad, very bad, and horrible. And when I hit the horrible, which is over a 5% loss, that's when if I can avoid those, I can get it under control, which I'm doing better at, but it's
okay.
still, I hit them occasionally. So,
It sounds like it's really just that averaging down. That's your
yeah,
big problem.
I think that's what it is. That and then just stopping for the day when I've done it before. I sit here, I traded my girlfriend. She sits next to me. And she says, "Oh, you're up. You should just quit." And I tell her
Yeah.
that all the time. And then we don't, and we both are down and
Oh, she trades
crying.
too?
Yep,
Oh, how's that?
it's great. It's good. I mean, I love trading with her. I don't trade the
Yeah.
same stuff. We trade some of the stocks. We watch the same scanners and stuff. So I'm a member of Warrior Trading. I have his scanners, and
Okay.
I have other things I'm watching. So
My husband wants to start trading, and I'm just like, no way.
it's tough. I wouldn't advise it for anybody.
No, and I'm like, I finally stopped losing money. I'm not going to now have you start and then you start losing money. Like, it's nice not giving a whole bunch of money to trading every month.
Right, right. Yeah, and it's funny because she'll hit a 200 or 300% winner occasionally, and she'd be like, "Wow, I'm doing great," and then within a week or two, it's gone. It's like, what happened? And we and I do the same thing. And me, it's not big, huge winners. It's average winners, good winners consistently, and then boom, I'll have a bad day, and I'll be like, I just gave back a whole week or two of profit. It's horrible.
What's her big problem? Like, what do you think her worst trading problem is?
Over trading, I think she overtrades.
But you're there with her, right?
Yeah, she leaves for work before me. I work from home, so I get to stay here and
Okay.
watch. So
So, like, if she's over trading, though, you're there and you know what's going on.
I'm not paying attention to what she's doing specifically,
Okay.
but
Okay. Fine.
we're not
Fair
we're
enough.
not watching each other's trades per se. We're definitely trading independently, but we're talking and saying, hey, this is moving, or hey, this is
Yeah.
pulling back. Let's keep an eye on it, or don't do this because look, the MACD is already negative, or hey, I think this is going to bust through VWAP or whatever, and so that helps.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's good, and
Okay.
when we're both over 50% winners on our trades, it's just our losers are usually
Just
killers. So
outsized. Okay, so we need to stop you from averaging down. How are you going to stop from doing that? Like, what can we put in place that's going to maybe like add another layer of accountability for you or consequence? Like, what could help you
I'm
to not do that?
I want to get a buzzer that buzzes after 1 minute and just says, "Hey, you're in a minute, sell it." If you're up or down, just get in and out. A lot of my winners are with less than a minute because on momentum trading, and I know you guys do the prop firms. It's a completely
Mhm.
different model, but when you're doing day trading and scalp trading, you want to get in and out fast, and it's if you're holding more than 2 minutes, you're done. Unless you're lucky and you happen to be get in something that's grinding up,
Yeah.
and that happens to me occasionally, but normally it doesn't. So
Okay, so you either have a buzzer that after a minute you get out no matter what. It's
mm,
just how do you stop from adding on to the loser?
I gotta say, don't add on. I don't know.
Okay. And maybe in your check ins, now that I've talked to you, I will be on the lookout for it more now.
Yeah, I don't divulge those really bad habits in the check-ins,
Yeah. So,
but I'm
exact.
honest. I'm honest about good or
Yeah.
bad, and if even if I have a good day and I win and I didn't follow my rules, I'll say I failed.
Yeah.
You know,
But I want, when you average down, I want you to definitely put it in your check in, add it on to
all
the
right,
loser
yeah, I will do that.
so that you have,
That's some accountability for sure.
yeah. And then
All right.
think about what kind of consequence you can make for yourself.
Yeah,
What about just a
well,
1 day sit out?
if I average down, I have to be like, okay, sell it immediately. I shouldn't have done that, and then just shut everything down. And it's not just I got to shut everything down, and walk away.
Hmm. Okay,
And
so
that's the other part.
the plan is going to be that you're going to try to just get out of every trade after a minute. Um,
Yep,
if you average down, you have to put it in your check in,
yep.
and then when if you do average down, just cut it immediately. But I think once you've already decided to average down, it's going to be really hard to cut it immediately.
Right. That's the emotional thing. But if I
Hmm.
know that that's my rule, that I got to follow that, and like I said, the accountability part of the Discord has been very helpful. It's actually helped me improve somewhat, I think. So, and part of it is I want to make sure I'd like to get into the 10 days in a row of good trades,
I'm
and
sure you can do that.
I haven't yet.
Okay, that's your goal. You want to get a 10-day streak going, and then we're going
Yep.
to add some accountability with you're going to have to tell me if you average down.
Well, I've got 11 days left of my 20-day challenge here, and
Okay.
I'm gonna go for check in followed for those days. So
Okay, good. I think you can do it. And then maybe a consequence will be you have to come back on and publicly say you did it again.
yeah, of course.
Okay. Is there anything
Thank
else
you.
you want to talk about that's going on, or you're good?
No,
You just
no,
gotta.
no. Thanks for
All
giving me the
right.
time, and I appreciate the advice.
No, I'm happy to have you on. I like talking to you guys, so it's great.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. I am behind on the chat now. Rachel is here. Hey, Rachel. I haven't seen you in a while. Uh oh, his volume is low. Rachel, how have you been? Um, yeah, it's been a while. Okay, sorry guys. I have no idea what is happening in the chat. I know that Bryce is in Hawaii still. Is anyone still trading, or are we all finished trading for the day? I was done about 5 minutes into the session, maybe a little more than that, but I was done very early today. Someone says the Discord link is not working. Hmm. I'm not sure. The Discord link is just a link to my website where it tells you more about the Discord because I don't want people to join who aren't actually going to use it. So that doesn't actually go to the Discord. It just goes to my website, dgen-rehab.com, and then that link takes you to the place where you can sign up. Um, Aaron, how come you didn't come on a call? You're probably not here anymore, but you're talking about rushing your entries. It's a compounding negative effect. When you're losing on entries, you know you're not responsible. Yeah. Um, okay. Yeah. Perfect play. We used to call it slaughtering down. Um, yeah. When I first started trading, I know you guys all know it was in a signals group, but we started in a personal account, and it was actually options where I started. And my husband showed me how to do it because he had done it a little bit before me. And then I was in a trade. I want to say AMD. Um, so I took a trade and it was losing, and I was like, oh, this is a disaster. I'm going to have to cut it. I think the leader of the group already cut his trade, but I was just like, I don't want to cut it. And then my husband goes, oh, look, you can do this. And he averaged down and he's like, look at that. And I'm like, oh my God, that's amazing. And we lost quite a bit of money on that trade. And it was like, oh, maybe it's not so amazing. But yeah, I think a lot of us early on averaging down saves us, or I guess we have enough trades where it works, where we average down, we make money, that then our brain just the next time it kicks in, where it's like you should get out of the trade. And instead, your brain is just like, or you could add on and maybe you don't have to take a loss and maybe you'll get a bigger win instead. So I definitely get it. I get the appeal. It's extremely tempting. I wish there was some sort of button in our platform that it could be like, don't allow me to add on to an open position. Um, okay. Oh, someone says awareness and strictly following your rules is the answer. Um, yeah, for sure. I think awareness is pretty huge. Just knowing what's going on and what your typical pattern is, and then having the rules. Oh, someone says no way he gets out after 1 minute. He might. My trade today was less than a minute. I often have trades that are because like I trade the 1 minute chart, and I often have trades where it's like the candle immediately after my entry hits the target, or I just decide I don't like the price action that much that day, and I just get out really quick for a win. So maybe he'll get out after a minute. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Rachel's doing good. Rachel, how is your trading going? I don't want to pressure you to come on and like quickly tell me what's going on with you. But I know like you had a situation where you were, I think, like back and forth between the US and Australia for a while. And I maybe doing, I could be wrong. So I won't say, but I thought maybe you were doing like van life for a while. I'm not sure. Oh, perfect play is still trading. Okay. I don't know. This time of day to me just looks, I don't know what the hell I would do here. Maybe if I was trading, I would just use my fire lines and be like, okay, I'll take a long up to this. What would I do? What would a trade here be? I would just use this IP. This is the 5 minute chart, which I don't usually trade off, but I guess could just go like that. I don't. 55 point stop. What? Go for 105? Or just go right up to this upper value level. But I don't know, it's half an hour until the market closes. And my experience with Power Hour is that it can just easily, it doesn't, I guess, I don't know. That's what my trade would be if I was going to trade it this time. I'd take a long up to that upper value level or see what happens when it gets up near those previous highs. Um, okay. Rachel practices on demo around Power Hour. Yeah, I mean, I should probably do that. Maybe now, just on Wednesdays, I'll try to, because I thought like I'll map out a trade for when I come on, which is 2 o'clock Eastern. I thought I'll map something out for that time. And I just looked at the chart and was like, I don't know what I'm doing at this time of day. So I didn't bother. I thought about getting an account to trade, but I don't know. I kind of don't want, like, I'm very strict on, I only trade the morning and it's only like the first hour, 2 hours max of the New York session. So I don't know. I'm kind of scared that like I don't want to open up afternoon trading to myself. And then on afternoons where I'm not live streaming, then I start feeling like I want to go in and take trades when I'm not supposed to and when I don't have any kind of strategy. Um, nice. Bob just finished. He's up 1.5 R. Good. Nice day. Uh, my website link in my video description is not working. Okay, I will take a look at that. Should I just check now if my website's working? I'm going to see if my website's working. Maybe my site's down. Okay, it looks like it's working. That's the Discord page. Yeah, I'll check it after But yeah, it's just degen-rehab.com. And I feel like you could probably just search degen rehab and it would come up. Degen rehab. Oh, does it come up right away? Is this me? This is me. Okay, just search degen rehab and it'll come up. I don't know. I'll check the link after. I don't know what's going on with it, but it should be working. Um, oh no. Okay, I can't say your name. I'm really sorry. Oh, Aaron, I'm here. I'm just a little shy for a live call, maybe in the future. Aaron, your face isn't even in it. It's just your voice, but that's okay. We'll get you another time. Um, Saw, I can't say your name. Sorry. Saw, I don't even want to attempt to pronounce it. I'm just going to butcher it. But you said I did not finish after 150 green and now in minus 400. I should have stopped. Yes, this is a pretty common theme for sure. We hear it all the time. I've done it. I know we've all done it. If you want to come on and talk about it, you can click the little link down there and come on and talk about it. Otherwise, I'm probably going to be closing it up here pretty soon. But yeah, if you want to talk, your face isn't in it. It's just audio. So it's just like a phone call. And we can talk about why you didn't close it up for the day when you were green $150 and then how it ended up getting to being down $400. My guess is just you were up $150. It probably didn't feel like enough. You thought, I'll go in for a little bit more. You went in for a little bit more. You had a small loss. And instead of closing out with a small loss or break even, you kept going until it became a much bigger loss. That's what it's been for me and what I've seen with other traders a lot. So I guess for you, it's just next time, how are you going to stop yourself? Like, what are you going to do to quit when you're up $150? What's your plan? What does your plan say? Like, how many trades are you supposed to take in a day? Do you have a max daily profit target? Do you have a max daily loss limit? Like, as if we can get as much of it into a plan where we're not in the moment deciding, I'm up $150. What do I do? Right? Like, ideally, you have something already mapped out that tells you what you do in that situation. Rachel plays poker. Is that what it was? Yeah, Aaron, it is just kind of desperate this time of day. Maybe that's why I have such a negative association with trading this time of day too, is because when I was trading this time of day, it always was like a desperate day where I was on the charts the entire day, usually on tilt, usually down a bunch of money and just like desperately trying to make it back. So I know some people trade this time and that's, you know, good for them, but I don't think I'm ever going to switch to become like a power hour trader. Okay. Oh, and this guy's telling me that it's bearish. It might be bearish. I don't know. I was like my little trade here that I put on, it was just extremely, well, what did I do? My window's gone. It was just extremely simple in going like, okay, prices above the blue line. I'm going to go long. I'll just use these as the stop and I'll just use this line as the target. So yeah, not much went into that trade idea. Rachel plays poker. It's almost the same as chip shuffling. Rachel, I don't know what that means. Come on. When you wait for a good hand. I recognized this when I was playing recently. So you're saying your trading improved recently because you were able to liken it to something in poker and then like you took that lesson from poker and applied it to your trading. We'll chat next time. Okay, Rachel, I'm watching for you to call in next time. Sharon, thanks for doing this. Sharon, I'm sorry we couldn't get your audio sorted out. It's frustrating. And I'm not great with technical issues. So be hard for me to figure it out. Disciplined Futures Trader, hello, how's it going? Disciplined Futures Trader, if you're having an issue, you can call in and we'll talk about it before I go off the stream. Rachel, I only did it because I was addicted to Top Step TV, not anymore. I was also addicted to Top Step TV. And then I knew that I should quit watching Top Step TV because sometimes it would be good. I always, for whatever reason, like I always followed Dakota. I think it's because I knew he was taking big payouts and he was had been trading for more than I think 10 years. So it's like, yeah, of course this guy knows more than me and he's a better trader than me. So if Dakota's going long, then I should go long too. And sometimes I'd get a winning trade out of it, and other times it would lose. And I think those losses were the hardest for me to let go of. Like I don't know what it was about. I guess I probably just felt stupid following somebody else into a trade and taking the loss. And sometimes it would be like against my own plan. Like I'd go against what I thought I should do, against my trade setup to follow Dakota, and then my trade would win and the trade I took with him would lose, and it would just then it would be like full tilt. Um, do you use indicators or just price to action and lines? This is an indicator that I have on now. I did a video about it. It's a guy in Canada made it. Rob, they're called fire lines, and so I don't just like the trade that I put on here as my example trade. I wouldn't normally take that trade. Normally I trade the 1 minute chart, and there's more that goes into how I'm deciding. But I guess it's basically just price action and then combining it with the levels. And then sometimes using the levels for targets. We got Larry here. I am going to bring Larry on. Larry, can you hear me? I can bad
Hi,
echo.
can you hear me?
Yes, but you have a very bad echo.
Uh-oh.
What's if you go in the settings, what does it say for like headphones or browser?
Speakerphone or headset?
And what do you have selected?
Speakerphone?
Okay, let me see. Ugh, it still has a bad echo for me. I don't know why it does this.
I don't
Okay,
have my
I'm
headphones right now. That's why.
yeah, it's okay that you don't have headphones. It's just like if you don't have headphones but you have headphones selected,
I have.
what are your options? Is
Uh,
it still bad?
it just says headphones. Check your system settings. Headset. Mm,
Oh,
I don't know.
hey, can you hear me,
Hi. I
Larry?
can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. That's perfect now. Okay, good.
Okay.
What's going on? Is this Larry from the Discord or a different Larry?
It is Larry from the Discord.
Oh, okay, good. That's okay. So I have a pretty good idea of what's going on in your trading. Why don't you just give us a little brief update on what's been going on with you lately?
Okay. I'm a little nervous too, so I do
Oh,
apologize. I know you can't see me.
don't worry about it. Yeah, no one knows who
Okay.
you are.
Okay. Um, I did take about 2 weeks off because previously, before the 2 weeks, it's just been I felt more of a gambler than more of a trader, following my rules and criteria, my system.
Okay.
Um, and so I took the 2 weeks off, and after the 2 weeks, I came back really refreshed and more focused on following the process over profits. And um, Monday was my first day back trading, and I've been 3 days green so far.
Nice.
Simply because just following my process, my rules, my criteria. Um, Before I was more like trying to chase and jump in too early or too late, but all the rules and criteria weren't there, and I felt like I was trying too hard. I was
Right.
getting too emotional. I was getting too deep into it, and so I felt like I really needed to take a break. And you know, after 2 weeks, I came back really focused, and it's been going great so far this week.
That's really good. What made you decide on 2 weeks? Like, did it just like line
Okay.
up with something in your life, or was it like I need a good long break? Because usually I tell people 2 days, but
Yeah. So it's always been if I just take one day, 2 days off, and then I get back into it, I still feel that negative emotions.
Right.
And so for me to take 2 weeks off, it really, I was really looking to try to get back to a neutral state of mind, because I get real emotional when I trade, especially like if I take a bad trade, knowing that it's not part of my rules and criterias. I take a bad trade and I was like, ah, crap. And then like then I get to chasing, then I get to trading and not really following my rules and criterias and stuff. And so like 1 or 2 days didn't really wouldn't really help. So I took a solid 2 weeks off. Forget
Okay.
about it. Let me go touch grass. Let me go
Yep. Good.
focus on real life. And then when I jump back in, let me start over. And that's what I did.
Okay, good. I know you had some payouts, like you were doing well, you had some payouts, and then you kind of got into a bit of a rough patch for a little while. Do you think it had something to do with the payouts? Like, do you think you were kind of rushed to get back to where you were, like before the break?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Um, because I did get one payout. And then I had another account that I was like close to max payout, one trade away, and that one trade spiraled down to the blown account. And that really
right.
spiraled me down. And so and then I kept trading, but in the back of my mind, I was so hurt from it. And
Yeah,
so I was trying to try to get back into it quick, trying to oversize, over leverage,
right,
just trying to hit every trade without following my rules. And I just like, if I feel more like a gambler than I am
right.
a trader. And so I took a solid 2 weeks off. Let me get refreshed. Let me forget all about this. Let me go touch grass. Let me clear my mind. Let me come back fresh, neutral, clean slate, clean plate. And it was really, really, really helpful for me. And I've been
That's
doing
good.
great so far.
All right, so you would recommend other people take time off.
That really helps. Yes, I would recommend that.
Yeah. Was it hard taking the time off? Like when you decided I need to take this 2 weeks, was it hard to stay away from the charts? Like was it
If I'm gonna be honest, yes, because I love trading. Trading is a passion for me, and like I always want to try and find a trade to enter. But I felt like if I'm gonna trade, I need to do it correctly, and I needed to do it from um, a neutral state.
right?
That way I'm not, pre-tilted or anything like that. And so,
This is the thing that I think like people don't realize, like when you said pre-tilted, because like
yeah,
we can go on tilt and then
yeah,
I think people just tend to assume that like the next morning or whatever, we're good. That it's like, oh, that has to be just gone by now. Like you've really done nothing to deal with it or like process it. But you just assume like it's gone. That's no longer an issue. I don't need to think about that. But then so many times like you go back in and then just like right back on tilt. So
right,
yeah, I think it is really just like realizing that maybe you need to take more time away than you thought you did. And maybe you need to do a little bit more to process it than you would have thought to get back on track. So this week you're back on track. How have you been doing that? Like I know you use the lockout button a lot, so that's good. What
yes.
does it look like for you when you're following your plan, I guess?
If I'm following everything down to the T, um, when I got my payout, I followed everything to the T. That is risk management. That is looking for my divergences. All my rules and criteria that I need to enter a trade, I followed it to the T, and that led to my first payout, and that led to me, to getting a funding account. Um, if I follow my rules and criteria, the strategy is spot on.
Good.
Um, Everything is spot on. It's nothing with this. My strategy is good. Um, with the right market conditions and everything, it is solid. But if I'm kind of like tilting or something, it's really bad, right? So
Yeah.
it's not really the trading or
The
the
technical
strategy in
analysis. Yeah.
itself. Yes. It's more of controlling my emotions when
Okay.
I take one bad trade or something like that.
Is it when you take one bad trade, or is it just one losing trade? Like, are you okay if you take a good setup and it loses? Like, are you like, okay, I'll just lock it out, take the loss?
It's more like I took a bad trade because I predetermined that it was going to go this way or that way,
Right.
and it doesn't. And then I was like, oh crap, you know what? No, 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 no. That's not going to happen. Boom, I jump right back in, and then it just spirals out of control from there.
Yeah. I think a lot of people can relate to that. I know I can't have a bias because like the other day I was thinking like, oh, it's for sure going to 30,000 and it just got in my head like early on that like it's definitely going here. And
Right,
then, I traded based on that and it's like after I'm like, what are you doing? Like sure, it went there eventually, but like I'm not a swing trader. And also like
right,
I can't make these predictions. Like it's just yeah, so I think just if we're day trading, I guess you can have your ideas, but I guess also have a backup idea of like, I think it's probably going to go to 30,000, but it might go down here first. So don't marry the idea that like it's just going straight here and there's no other option for it.
correct, correct.
Okay, so you're doing good. Okay, what do you think could derail you right now? Like, what do you need to really watch out for?
Um, I really need to just focus on process over everything. Uh, Take my time. Um, Before I got into the group, I would just take a lot of trades, a lot of unnecessary trades, a lot of trades outside of my rules. And now it's if I can just take it slow. Like really for me, one trade a day with the right, with all the right rules and criteria in place, one trade a day for me works wonderfully.
Good.
And that's what I'm trying to focus on. And it's a lot of times I get stuck in the wrong market conditions. Like jumping in too early or too late or not following everything, and that really spirals me out of control. Like I know better. I should have
Okay.
known better. If I take
Yeah.
one bad trade, I should have known better than that.
So
And
maybe for you, have a rule where if you do take one bad trade or you do jump in, that's it.
yeah,
Like lock yourself out there. Because if you know that's where you spiral, then I think that's where you cut it off. Because you know what works, right? Like you have your system, you know what works for your risk, you know that it's like one trade, lock yourself out. And if you do that, you're gonna, slowly stack up your wins and you're gonna get your payouts. So I think it's just
yeah,
avoiding the thing that's going to lead to the spiral and the one bad
yes,
day that's going to wipe it all out and then you have to start over again.
yes. Like last night during Asia, um, I was thought I seen something I like, but I was a little unsure. I wanted to try and jump in, but I was not 100% confident. And so instead of trading, I actually hit the lockout button because
Good.
I knew better to like enter a trade that I not so sure about. Like that's what I would do before, but now after the 2 weeks, after reviewing more of my strategy and watching some other videos on YouTube to with emotional trading and stuff, I come back with a clean slate and um, trying to follow the process more than anything. And this week I've hit 3 green days, one trade, one trade, one trade, and they're all
Yep.
been green, and they all have been perfect and spot on. And
Good.
that's where I'm trying to stay on.
Good. Are you mentally preparing for the red day? Like that you're just, one of them is going to lose and that's totally fine and on plan?
Yeah. So if I've come to where if I hit one red day, I'm gonna lock myself out, and I have
Yeah.
that written down. That way, I don't try to revenge trade or jump back in or rush or anything. This is a slow and steady game, not a
Right.
let's try to make it all in one day type of game. So
Unless you're
I am
Bryce.
I am Yeah.
Just kidding. Sorry. Did you see that when he like when he's like, oh, I put $10,000 into a personal account today and then made 30,000, like turned it into $40,000 in one day. It's like, Bryce,
Uh,
trade my money.
Ooh, that's that's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty crazy, but
Yeah,
that's not his plan, and he's not going to keep doing that. So,
yeah,
but yeah, sorry, I don't know what you're saying now, but you have your plan, you know what to do. So now it's just like
yeah,
not letting the one little red day kind of derail everything.
yes, yes. And that's that's mainly why I took the 2 week hiatus from trading because I felt like I was just trying so hard to
Hmm.
to make it work. And if I seen a red day, it would have been just that's a near blown account like automatically just because you know I couldn't control myself, and I now I'm really slowing down, and
Good.
it's been going great so far. And the Discord really helps me keep me accountable, and I love that I joined.
Oh, well,
Um, it,
you're a great addition.
yeah. Thank you for having the group. I think this is really necessary for the group because a lot of people are just it would. I mean, this would help a lot of people, a lot of traders, and it's a blessing to have this Discord, and I want to thank you for that too.
Oh, well, you're welcome. It was other people asking me to do it. I never wanted a Discord.
Well,
And then people
I'm
in my
glad to
videos,
hear.
because I had like a really good comment section on my videos. Um, so they were like, "Can you have a Discord so that we can have these same people that have sort of like their own like private space?" And I was like, "No, no, I don't want a Discord. I don't want a Discord. I hate Discord." And then I thought about it a little bit, and I'm like, if I could find a way to like center it around following your rules and your trading process, and not just like people coming in and posting their big P&Ls and like calling out trades and
Yeah,
doing all that kind of shit. I was like, then maybe I think it could be good. And we're all like not in our 20s, so I think that helps
yes, yeah,
with the overall like tone or vibe of the group. But I'm glad you
yeah,
appreciate the group. I appreciate the group. I'm happy to have all you guys there. I can't even I don't know what I was talking about, why I was talking about it with my husband, but I'm like, it would be so weird even just like maybe we were talking about like a vacation or something. And I was like, well, I still have to be in the Discord because I'm like, I can't imagine. I'd be like curious, like what's going on with these people. Like, I'm like, it would just be really weird for me to not talk to these people for like a week or two. So,
yeah,
no vacations
yeah,
or a vacation where I'm like checking in once in a while. But yeah, no, it's great having you in the Discord. And it's been good seeing that you figured out what works for you. And now it's like, really just sticking on that.
yes, yes.
So, and
And I believe
I'll tell people who are watching, he makes use of that lockout button like every day.
it is very, very helpful.
Yeah. And you do it after wins too, right? Like it's not just,
Yes, I I use it once I take my trade and I close it out and I make my profits. I don't have a set determined amount of profits that I aim for. I just as long as I enter my trades within my rules and criterias. Once the trade closes out, the lockout button gets hit. That
good.
way, I don't try to backdoor my way in to get another trade or get more. Like there's always I'm gonna live for. Let me live for tomorrow. Let me say
Hmm.
my I sometimes I'll buy an account and I'll blow it up in an hour, and I'll buy another one, and I'll buy another one. And I like let me get one account and let me see how far I can take it. So let
Yeah.
me if I can use my lockout button, one trade, I'll lock it out. Gives me a chance to trade for tomorrow. Gives me a chance to live for another day, and that's really what I'm trying to get to. Is just let me take this account as far as I can.
Yeah. I think
I
that's a good
never got
mindset.
yes, I never got to um hold an account longer than I would say like a month, and it's just like let me play the long term on this. Let me take it slow and steady. And one trade, good, lock it out. Red day, let me lock it out too. That way I can live for tomorrow. And that's really the mindset I'm trying to do with the lockout button. And
Yeah.
so
All right. Well, your upcoming big win is going to be taking your little red day and hitting the lockout button.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad you're back trading. I think it was smart
yes,
taking the 2 weeks. It's not easy to do. Um, but yeah, I think that's more people need to just accept like a full break and go and live their lives for a bit and do other things and then come back to it
yes,
and actually come back neutral instead of
yes,
right, because I'm sure after the 2 weeks you probably completely forgot your last tilt session, right? Like you probably weren't thinking of like, oh, this trade pissed me off before and this happened, and right, like it was probably pretty fresh coming back.
it was like a whole clean slate. I was like
Yeah,
a brand new trader. I let all the emotions go. I I spent more time listening to uh, meditation
yeah,
and reading some books and stuff just to get my mind away from trading, get the emotions out, and forget everything. And it it was perfect. It was
good.
perfect. Yes,
Okay. So, other people hearing this, if you're going on tilt and you're struggling, take a break, do some meditations, read, go out, touch grass, do all that stuff,
yes,
and then come back. Right? The market's still here. You came back and now you're doing great. So, that's really good.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing all of your followed check ins and your daily lockouts.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do my best to follow the process, and I feel very very confident now.
Good.
So be
And
on the lookout for it.
if you do have like a little slip up day, just make sure to minimize it, right? Like,
Yes,
even if we do still go on tilt, make sure it's like, like my example would be my tilt in the past would be losing 8 accounts and buying, like buying 8 accounts and losing them in one day. Now tilt might be like losing $500 on one account, So
that's a big
and I'd like to minimize that even more to where tilt is just like I catch the first mistake and I shut it down. So
yes, yes,
just less of
definitely.
less of it. I can't talk anymore. It's time to shut it down. Less of an impact. Okay, awesome, Larry. Thanks for coming on and letting me know what's going on with you. I'm glad you took that break, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with you over the coming weeks.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me
Okay.
on. It's a
All right.
pleasure to be in the group.
Yeah,
So
it was good talking to you.
uh,
All right. We'll
thank
talk
you.
to you later. Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay. Orlando, hey guys, my trade is looking okay. My imaginary trade here. But the market's closed. So I guess like nothing crazy happened near the end of the session. I feel like the times that I've been desperate and trying to trade the end of the day, like it always does something kind of crazy right before the close. It seems like that didn't really happen. Unless maybe I just have my chart kind of maybe my charts, where did this go? So I had a 150 point target just up to there. All right, so my little trade could have got 1 to 1, but I'm not trading this session. So, okay. Okay, Orlando did the same. You took some time off trading, came back, and felt good. Um, yeah, that's good. I think we can all kind of take a lesson from that. Oh, Terry had a meeting. What did I miss? Terry, you missed the whole thing. No, um, that's okay. We'll have more. Market's still open for an hour. I guess yeah. So I should leave my little imaginary trade on. Um, yeah, Hoover Flight Trader. I guess I just look at it as like I don't see this as like an hour that the market's open. Like I just look at it as like prop firms. You're done at this time, or is it actually open for another hour? Am I getting like my time issues? messed up here right now? Guys, this is proof that I only trade the morning session. I don't actually know when the market closes in the afternoon. Well, whatever. My little trade is my imaginary trade is doing okay. Um, Terry, what did you miss? We had some people call in. They talked about their trading issues. Terry, maybe next week you want to call in. We haven't talked in a little while. If you're not in meetings, I know you're busy with your work schedule and everything. Um, yeah, Aaron, your trade is looking good. I hope you full ported. I did not. It's not a real trade. It's an imaginary trade. Um, like I said, I am scared to like. I thought about just getting like. I was like, I'll just get a cheap Apex account just to trade during these streams. But then I worried that that would like open the door to me trading outside my window, and then I might trade my actual account outside my window. So I don't know. For the streams, I think I will just continue putting on very simple pretend trades based on the fire lines. So I'll just go 5 minute chart, super simple rules, and maybe I'll keep track of how these trades actually do because maybe through not really caring about it too much, I'll come onto a system that works well for this time. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, yeah, Rachel. Okay, so the market is closed for props. Okay, thank you. I was like, I can't figure out. Yeah, because I'm an hour behind New York. So yeah, that makes sense. Tradeify is open until 4:45. Hoover Flag Trader says 45 minutes more for props. Hoover Flag Trader, I think you're trying to confuse me right now. Um, some states will close. Oh, I didn't know that. I just, like I said, I never trade this time of day, so yeah, I don't even pay attention to when the props close. Oh, could you explain the fire lines or the strategy? Just popped in. Yeah, okay, so my strategy with the fire lines, okay, there's the way that Rob tells people to trade it. He has a PDF that he sends out to people. If you want that, you can just, there's a free 2 week trial for it. So I would, if you're interested, if you need a new strategy, if you don't need a new strategy, then don't even look at it. But if you do, go to my website. There's a form, you fill it out, and then you'll get the free 2 week trial, and Rob will send you the PDF. But the super simple way that I trade them is just in the morning. I look at if it's above this blue line, this IP, then I'm looking for longs. If it's below, I'm looking for shorts. So obviously today the longs didn't work out, but I took an early long down here, got 20 points and shut it down for the day because I had to sort out stuff for the stream. But yeah, basically, I'm just looking for, if I were trading this, I'd be looking for longs. So I would be looking for something to come down and get a signal candle off of one of the levels to take a long. So I might be looking at this signal candle here. I might have looked at this one here to go long. This one would have been a loser. This one might have been a winner. I go for either 1.5 or 2 to 1. So 1.5 would have been fine. 2 to 1 would have lost. This one would have been a really nice one. Oftentimes I look for trades off of these yellow lines. Like a lot of days it will just consolidate and kind of bounce between the two. So I really like these yellow lines. This was late in the session for me, so I wasn't even looking at the charts. But early in the morning, I was looking at this area for a bounce. I'm not sure why. I must have probably looked at the 15 or the 30 and saw maybe, what was it? Maybe like a previous bounce from this area. Yeah. So I think I was looking at this and thinking that this yellow line would have been a good one for a long. My website has more stuff on the fire lines too. Sorry. And this is a 5, and when I trade, I'm trading on the 1 minute, which I do get a lot of heat for. Okay, sorry. Where are we? Okay, Thanks. I can't. Your name is hard. J Nibs. We'll just go with that. When you're speaking with people, it would be extremely helpful if you would ask them what size they are trading and in what size of account. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I will start asking. I just like. I think all those people today were from the Discord, so I already know that they're not trading crazy size because we've already talked about size and risk management and all that. But yeah, I will start asking people about the size that they are trading. Hoover Flag Trader, I trade the last hour. How do you trade the last hour? like, like what? I guess maybe strategy wise, like what strategy are you using in the last hour? Maybe that's too much. I'll ask you maybe not not in here. Okay, guys, I am going to have to shut it down. There's nobody waiting to talk. So I am going to shut it down for the week. If you want to talk to me next week, it'll just be the same thing. It's the link. It's your voice only, no video. So you just call in and talk through kind of whatever you're struggling with in your trading. Hoover Flag Trader, I'm a scalper. And you're saying Apex lets you trade past so Apex I could still trade at this time? Not that I'm going to start. Okay, well, good to know. I feel like I should know these things, but I don't. Oh, well, thanks, Rachel, for coming in. I don't see you as much anymore, so it's good to know that you're doing good. And maybe next week you will call in and I will talk to you. Okay. Okay. And you are asking if, sorry, guys, I can't read some of these names. They're not, okay. You're asking if the fire lines work in London session as well. I feel like they work better in the overnight session a lot of times. Like, lots of times I'll get up in the morning and I'll look at overnight and I'll be like, oh, it just like perfectly bounced off of this IP line or whatever. This purple area is not the fire lines. That's a zone that I added in. Okay, so last night overnight it didn't really respect them at all. This was yesterday's New York session. Okay, I won't like keep going through it, but like, so this was overnight here where like it came down to this fire line. You got like a nice double bottom here, and then it probably goes up to, yeah, it ended up going right up to this one and reversing before the session started. Okay, now I don't know. Okay, that's back on there. Okay, Digicap, I like the stream. Okay, I'm glad you like the stream. Yeah, it was, I like talking to traders, so that part's good, but the tech stuff was really stressing me out because I didn't know, like I tested it a bit, but then my husband, who's like my tech guy, he's away today, so he couldn't be here to help me with it. And I was just like, oh, like the call-in stuff is not going to work, and I'm not good at troubleshooting that stuff. So I was stressed about the tech, and I can't get my chat where I want it, but it's fine. I'll figure that out for next week. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go. If you've got some issues that you want to talk through, then come on next week. We'll talk through them. And I'll just continue taking imaginary trades for the stream because I don't want to get myself into bad habits. I thought about it and I decided it's probably not worth it. I don't want to trade in the afternoons every day. So yeah, I don't want to get in the habit of doing that. And I don't want to, yeah, I've been pretty good with my discipline. So I don't want to open it up to, I guess, like trading all day again because I've had such terrible days before where I'm done for the session and then I go in the afternoon, I take one stupid trade and then it's like tilt for 3 hours and it's just not worth it. Rachel, I think you need to make sure the callers have their TV or PC turned down. Yeah, that's probably, yeah. I'll make a little list for myself for next time and then maybe I'm not coming on every day, Hoover Flag Trader. Only Wednesdays. I'm only going to be on Wednesdays because my son, I don't have somebody to look after him every day, but it's reasonable enough to get somebody to look after him just once a week for me. If he was home right now, he would have come in multiple times and interrupted, and you would have heard him. Like he's 50 pounds, yet he's an extremely loud walker and runner, and I'm in the basement, so you would have just like heard lots of noise from upstairs from him. So no, not every day. Aaron, that's probably a good idea. Stay on the discipline. Yep, I have to. If I wasn't, I'm in like a cheap Apex eval, and I wasn't really paying too much attention. And then today I looked at the P&L and I was like, oh, I'm not too far away from passing this thing. So I think I need to be really strict on myself, because if I am going to be in a funded account, then I don't want to be having any sort of bad, or I guess like loose habits around my trading. So got to double down on it. Oh, J Nibs, thank you. Appreciate your channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I have to go and pick up that loud 5-year-old now. So yeah, I'll be here again next week. If you were shy this week, maybe call in next week. We can talk about your trading. Yeah, I find it just helps sometimes to say the things out loud, to talk to somebody else about the trading, and then to have to answer some simple questions. Like sometimes just having to like make it make sense for another person is enough in your brain to get you to kind of rethink what you're doing or realize what you need to do. Crypto plumber, discipline is key. Yep, it is. It's been my biggest struggle, but I'm working on it. And I'm working on some other stuff to some tools to help keep me disciplined. When I have those ready, I will share them with the rest of you as well. Okay, that's it. I'm going to get off of here. We'll see if I can figure out how to even close the stream now. Yeah, okay, so I'll see you back here next week. If you're in the Discord, I will see you in the morning. Okay.